Blank wall. What's up, guys? Krim here for Sleepers for the Week, and today I want to talk to you guys about the live-action Cowboy Bebop Netflix adaptation. That's a mouthful. Last Netflix anime live-action adaptation we got was Death Note, the wildly different, bastardized version of Death Note. We'll never forget this. That will be the content of another video down the road. I told you guys that I would keep you up to date with all the live action Cowboy Bebop news, but I missed some things because they did release some pictures from the set and the crew since last we talked, and honestly I really dug those. There wasn't enough information there to really, I feel like, warrant like a video in full, but there were these screenshots of the set, of the characters, and it looked really good, and it got me hype even more. And today they released basically the opening sequence to the series, and honestly I really dug it. The internet, of course, the internet is always torn. We'll talk about that in a second, but for me, I'm easily entertained. It's easy to hype me up. I'm trying not to let my hype levels get too high, but seeing that opening compared to other live action adaptations that we have that pretty much bastardize the source material, it was nice seeing something that at least took on the look, the feel. They kept Yoko Kanno on as the composer, as the score. Like, that's when I heard that news that Yoko Kanno was kept. Basically, it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Perfect. Like, keeping her to do the music was A+. I mean, it's pretty much the same style. It's the same scene swapping in and out, the same, and honestly, like, it gave us a little bit of a look into some of these characters and how some of the sets look and how it looks like it looks very like stylized 70s, and that's a lot of Cowboy Bebop was inspired off of, you know, older films like that, like from the 70s, and like Kung Fu and all these other different elements and film noir, and I saw all of that in little pieces in this opening. And here's the thing, I'm not gonna pass any judgment on this until I see it when it comes out in November. Once it comes out in November, we'll have the series, we'll be able to sit down and watch it and see what they do. I'm not expecting a one-to-one recreation. I'm expecting them to take some liberties here and there, but the fact that the opening sequence shows key elements of some episodes from the anime and from the main story, it's nice to see that they're sticking to that they're not really deviating from that and not trying to reimagine Cowboy Bebop. I'm tired of all these. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but for me, a live action adaptation has to at least hold some of the soul to the original. It has to at least, especially with something like Cowboy Bebop, like, you could take the concept of Cowboy Bebop and turn it into Firefly, right? Like, you could take the concept of Cowboy Bebop and turn it into any kind of random science fiction show. That's something that you can do, and that's something that I was worried they were going to do. But the fact that they are keeping to, looks like they're trying to stick to the anime, that's got me excited, because there's been very few live action adaptations that like stuck to the source material or stuck to it close enough to where slight deviations could be warranted or are accepted. I'm more than likely going to accept changes to the source material if it's done sporadically, like peppered in throughout. You know, it's really hard because of these anime adaptations. The stories are always so unique to anime that the story is already there, right? You've already got the backbone of something great because the anime's already done it. They've already told a great story. You can embellish on that, you can change a little bit of it, but ultimately it should still go the way the anime goes, at least in my opinion. One of the rare exceptions for me was watching, now I haven't watched them in a very long time, but the Japanese Death Note movies. They did change parts of the main story so that it would end differently than the anime, and I remember enjoying that because obviously if you know Death Note, you know how Death Note ends, and they changed it up a little bit for those two Japanese movies. I even watched the third one that happens like 10 years after Death Note or something, and that one was pretty decent. It was way better than the Netflix one, that's for damn sure. I'll have to go back and rewatch those. I'd like to do like a retrospect look back on those movies because I remember enjoying those. And I usually give a lot of leeway to stuff like this. I'm not in one camp or the other, where one camp is like, it's got to be exactly like the anime, and the other camp is like, it has to be unique and different, and it can't be just like the anime. Here's where the internet comes into play here. You got two types of people on the internet. You've got one camp that wants it to be its own thing, and it wants it to be different, and it wants it to take the essence of the anime and turn it into something new, right? And so they want to see something unique. They don't want to see the same thing they've seen already before. They get upset when it looks the same. It's like, okay, that's fine. You want it to be something new and original. Okay, that's on you. That's cool. Then you got this other camp that says it's too much like the anime. It's here's the thing. These two groups are so loud and vocal. They get pissed off when it's too different, and they get pissed off when it's too close to what it's supposed to be. I don't understand this. It blows my mind because right now I'm looking at all the screenshots of the cast and the sets, and I've seen the opening cinematic, and it looks great to me. I'm hyped for it, and I'm positively optimistic for it. Like I've got positive vibes for this, right? And those could all be crushed. Who knows? I don't know yet. We won't know till November when it comes out. This could be absolutely horrible. Who knows? But I'm gonna stay positive because so far it looks good. And you've got people right now who are pissed off that it looks too close to the anime, that it's campy. How can something like this not look campy? How can adapting any anime and sticking closely to the source material, so close that you even dress your characters to look like the anime characters that closely, how is that not gonna look a little campy and a little off to some people? Because yeah, you're literally taking something that's animated, that flows well in animation, and you're thrusting it into a live action format. But why can't we just see how it turns out first? We've got people already going, this looks like dog water, this sucks, this looks like people in like poorly made cosplay. Like, can we just wait and see how it turns out first before we start giving these drastic criticisms of it? Now, maybe you did look at Cowboy Bebop and you go, oh, it looks like poorly done cosplay. That's fine. If that's how you want to look at it, sure. And and I can't stop anyone from saying how they feel about shit. That's your opinion. That's what the internet's for, is your opinion. But damn, is there a lot of people who are just kind of shitting on it without even having seen it fully yet. Like, what if the story is completely well written? What if the cinematography is amazing? The fight sequences, what if they're spot on and they're filmed very well, and it ends up blowing any type of live action adaptation out of the water? Because let's be honest, it's not going to be that hard to blow any other live action adaptation out of the water. I'm going to wait to see how it turns out. And so far, with what I think it looks good. I think the costumes and the set pieces look awesome. I think they look very stylistic. I think they look, some of it over stylized, but I kind of like that, because Cowboy Bebop was very stylistic with a lot of their choices and stuff. Like, it looks cool. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm then again, once again, the loudest people on the internet bitching about stuff is the most you'll see, probably. So I hope there are some others out there that actually saw the opening today and enjoyed it, because I did. I got positive vibes from it. I can't wait to see what happens. But of course, I will leave my final thoughts on it when the show comes out in November, as we all will. So let's just pray that it turns out good, I hope for the best for them. I think the cast and crew have so far done a bang up job. They look great. They've kept Yoko Kanno awesome, and we're gonna get more seasons. People were also complaining that Ed is not in there, but I think the season 1 takes about halfway into the anime. And honestly, if it does well, here's my hope, right? My hope is if it does well and it's very well written, it's very well filmed, I kind of would like for them to spread it out a little bit. Like one of the things that I wish was more of in the original Cowboy Bebop was more middle episodes before you get to the final conclusion, the final end. I mean, hell, even the movie itself, the Cowboy Bebop movie, animated movie, was based on before the ending of the anime. It was based on something in between. And I would love to see them do more, because like I wanted more in the anime. I thought the anime was amazing. I love the anime. It you know, over the test of time, some people have not kept it in their top fives. Cowboy Bebop is for sure still in my top five. And I wish, honestly, I wish there was more of it. And if this turns out to be good, if it's well written, I would love to see them expand more and do even more episodes in that style of Cowboy Bebop. And I just wish them the best. I wish them the best. I've got positive vibes. I'm going to stay positive until it comes out. And if it's not good, you'll hear from me first. Trust me. I'll be on here making a video. But anyway, guys, what did you think of the Netflix live action opening to Cowboy Bebop? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want more content, you want me to talk more about anime in general, whether it's live action, adaptations, or a regular anime series, or going back and watching old anime, let me know. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more content. And until then, you guys stay safe, wash your damn hands. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.